IPOB has been prescribed, and if going by what you just said, IPOB under the leadership of yours is typical.
Yes.
If I'm to go by what you said, it means you have no worry that IPOB was prescribed. Because many of you are worried that IPOB under the leadership of cant is prescribed.
Who is worried? Did I look worried? Do you look worried? Does he look worried?
Can I add something here? I do not subscribe to what they regard as prescribing. You cannot prescribe a people. IPOB is indigenous people of Biafra. You cannot prescribe a race.
Are you saying that it's not an organization?
Listen, IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, is not an organization. What the federal government should specify what they mean. The IPOB, I know, the IPOB that represents the indigenous people of Biafra is not an organization and cannot be prescribed. You cannot prescribe a race. You cannot prescribe a people. You cannot prescribe a people that has existed for thousands and thousands of years. It's impossible. Can you prescribe Hausa people? Can you prescribe Yoruba people? How dare you say that you will prescribe Igbo people? If you say that you are prescribing the indigenous people of Biafra, you are saying invariably that you are prescribing Igbo people. It's an insult. I don't accept that.
So there should be specification.
They should be specific on what they mean. And then it will be clearer. You cannot declare an entire race as terrorist organization. Is Hausa people terrorist organization? Is all the Hausa people terrorists? Or is all the Yoruba people terrorists? How can you say that all the Igbo people are terrorists?
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that Biafra has a case in court with Nigeria. And we want the media to project it. We want the federal government to recognize that they are in court with Biafra.
I just want you to give us 1, 2, or 3 of the items these courts is seeking.
One of the things, like my boss said, the chairman said here, one of the things we are seeking is that let the court give us a declaratory statement whether the name Biafra is illegal, whether we don't have the right to be called Biafrans, because we have documentary evidence which has been sourced by our legal team that says that Biafra had been in existence even before Nigeria was created. Therefore, it is a name that had been in existence before Nigeria. Why should the people be afraid whenever the name Biafra is mentioned? So we want the court to tell the world whether we don't have the right to be called Biafrans. 1. 2, going by international conventions and protocols, do we not have right to self-determination? Do Biafran people, in recognition of their indigenous identity, do we not have right to decide, to determine how we are going to be by ourselves? How we are going to discuss, relate with our neighbors? How we are going to have ourselves governed? Don't we have that right as an indigenous people? You get the point? This is one of them. And then the other one is whether we do not have the right to go in and execute that right to self-determination.
We are not a group that disobeys the law. We insist that whatever you do, you must do within the law of wherever you are. Either in Nigeria, Biafra land, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Thailand, United States of America. Obey the law of the day. Now, we took Nigerian government to court for declaratory statements on what rights do we have. Do we have right to call ourselves Biafrans or not? And the word Biafra has come to mean more than just a group. It means an ethnic nationality that was there going back to the 15th century. Before the Portuguese explorers came this way, you cannot suddenly get up and say, is dead, or prescribe it. Now, let me finish. Now, if there is a wing of a group that is doing something that is not proper, you can say, stop this action. but you cannot say you're prescribing a people. It is misnomer, lack of proper understanding of the language, part of improper understanding of the constitution of the country. If I say that I'm okay, you cannot tell me you prescribe me, unless I do something irregular. If I say I'm okay, you cannot tell me I must be Okafor. It is my right to choose what I'm to be called. If I want to be called an Aztec, that's American Indian, you cannot tell me, no, you can't be an Aztec. It's my business, not yours. So, this person of prescription, you can say this action by this group. Don't forget, we're just coming out from a meeting. Did you see any policeman here? Are we afraid? Look at him wearing Biafran regalia. So, these things have limitation, and it requires the legal luminaries to clear the dust. There's a lot of ambiguity in the field, and it may confuse the ordinary man on the street.
So, talking about the unity, there is this view of many out there, talking about the Yoruba. There are the view that the Igbos are not united in pursuing this cause.
Excuse me, sir.
There are the view that
They can hold any view. I'm also of the view that you are not united, even in your news media house. Anybody can hold any view, good or bad. And you can always give a dog any bad name. And anybody who you want to run down, you will almost invariably find something to put on the neck of that person in order to hang that person. Did we see Igbo people fighting Igbo people? Have you heard of it? Igbo intertribal or town wars ended in 17th century. Not anymore. So talk of unity, and do you want us to be sleeping in one bed?
Or kissing ourselves.
Or kissing ourselves?
on the issue of Biafra.
Now, no, before, please, let's be clear that on the question of Biafra, there is no one single thing you will raise under the sun where there are 10 people and you expect them to have one view. An old friend of mine used to say when I was in politics, we were discussing one day, he said, suddenly got up and shook his head and said, many men, many mentality. That is, if there are many people, they have different points of view. Yes. But that doesn't mean that there is disagreement. You see, the Igbo man is very Republican.
That's right.
They like to discuss, argue, Georgia, but not war. And otherwise, it becomes dictatorial. It becomes autocratic. It becomes an imposition. It becomes mental slavery. And we abhor mental slavery. Let me tell you one thing. In 17-something, Igbo people were taken to America as slaves. And they objected so much that they elected to drown themselves together, holding hands in St. Simon's at what's the name of the creek in St. Simon's Island in Georgia, Atlanta, in Georgia, United States of America. We went there to celebrate them for their courage, for their determination, and for their resolution to go together. Multiple determination of people to go together. Tell me another race has done that. The Igbos are together.
Well, we have